Hello everyone, gotta make sure that it's rolling. Yes it is. Ian Earl, aka Senior Everything here, for Nerds and Gamers, and it's time for a game review of 2007's Crackdown. Now, when I loaded up this game, one thing that I noticed was how... Now, what's the word that I'm looking for? How much it just threw you right into the action. There we go. When you set up, you die a bunch, there are enemies waiting right outside of the door of your garage, I guess it's called, and the controls are kind of really clunky to start off with, and it's really hard to really get into the game. But so I kind of set it aside for a couple months because I just wasn't really that into it. But once I picked it up again, and I kind of got into the controls, I got a much bigger scope of this game, and one thing to notice right away is that and this is even before I even loaded up the game, is that the startup screen, the soundtrack, the just really everything about not so much the mechanics, but just the aesthetic of the game, is that it kind of aged really poorly. Now the graphics, not so much. That's another pro, is that they have an extremely nice, sleek, cel shaded neon type of theme over everything that I really enjoy. Kind of masks the actual age of the game. But as far as the startup screen goes, and the soundtrack that plays whenever you get into a car, whenever you're doing a loading screen, it gets old extremely fast. And it's mostly made up of weird, not yeah, kind of dubstep, but more like house type, DJ, really corny stuff from the 2000s. There's a lot of Hispanic rap that plays once you get into the car. And remember, this game was made in 2007, so it definitely gets a pass, but I really don't think it ages as well as it could have. I mean, a lot of games that were made in that time. I mean, Assassin's Creed came out the exact same year, and despite how limited the game actually is, as far as the aesthetic and everything, it aged really, really well. Whereas this game, not so much. The graphics, though, I actually do really enjoy. I kind of like the sleek, cel-shaded look that it has. Um, but one thing that kind of ruins the graphics feel is this kind of grainy filter that it feels is over everything. And this was made in 2007, so almost all games made then have this. I don't know why. I think it's just it was kind of made for TVs back then. So this kind of graininess, and it's extremely slight. But once you notice it, it's kind of blaring, and it's there just the entire time. Um, but I mean, again, these are all things that you'd come to expect from a game like this. I mean, it doesn't necessarily take away too much. It lowers the score a little bit simply because that's annoying for people that are playing it now. But there are some things that make this a worse game from that time. I'm going to go through a pro right now. One thing that I really like about the game before I kind of tear it down is the parkour. I mean, it's been compared to GTA just in the future, which I completely agree with, but the parkour really sets it apart. Um, and one thing to note. I probably should have said this in the beginning, but Crackdown is a third-person open-world shooter set in a futuristic city where you're trying to take down these gangs, and you're like a super soldier of the police force, and you can collect all these orbs in little places, and there are cartel bosses to take down and stuff like that. And once you connect enough of the green orbs, which are the parkour orbs, running around in the rooftops becomes a lot easier and a lot more cathartic, cathartic. I think I said that correctly. It's extremely fun. It makes the combat a lot more intelligent, and it adds different ways to go at things that I really like. But there are a couple more negatives of this game, and one of the big ones, the main one, I guess, is that the gunplay is so broken. Oh my gosh! When you try to snipe someone, you have to go through each body part, and it locks onto different weird places, and you have to aim at different things. It's really annoying. And you can't just aim down iron sights in this game. You have to literally aim at someone and you have to choose the body part, which is an interesting mechanic. Actually, I actually really like that added mechanic of the game. It's just that you can't get rid of it. Like, it's not like that's like an optional thing you can turn on, like VATS and Fallout, for example. No, it's not like that. You have to use this body part thing. So just sniping someone becomes a lot harder. And it doesn't slow down. So it's not like you can slow down and then pick the body part. While they're still shooting at you, you have to cycle through every single body part, and that's annoying. So the gunplay is really broken. Another thing is that the range, like, glitches are extremely prevalent in this game. Like, they're sometimes the range is all messed up, and you can get kicked, like, off of buildings, and your bodies will go this weird way. You can get shot up into the sky. It's weird, but aside from that, the other main negative of this game is just how, what's the word that I'm looking for? There we go. There are no side missions. Like, the entire purpose of the game is just to take down the cartels and the gangs and everything. So there's no side missions that you can do, and you can do races, I guess. It's races and bosses and getting orbs. That's the game. So it's not going to go down as a classic open world game. I mean, the glaring glitches and problems with the game are become extremely noticeable and really annoying. But I mean, I guess if you just want like a cathartic, just different take on GTA, I guess it's okay. But I'm not a huge fan. I'm gonna give this one a 4.5 out of 10. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Oh, bye.